M&J Video Games and Collectibles. Sport and non-sport cards, wrestling items, autographed items. We buy, sell, and trade. M&J Video Games and Collectibles, located at 1049 Queen Street, Southington, Connecticut. Call us at 1-860-479-9223 or 860-93-GAMES. M&J Video Games and Collectibles.
You're in a fight. Don't drag it on.
You mentioned Jim Crockett. We lost him recently.
Yeah.
Can you share your feelings on Jim Crockett Jr.?
Jim was a good guy, but he was, I think he was a little bit gullible when it come to Dusty controlling everything. And Flair, they were ready to take advantage of him, I think. They convinced him to buy jets, airplane, and all the things that we're doing and promoting, but Jimmy even bought Dusty a brand new Mercedes sports one. He was mesmerized with him, and the guy was booking cards with 30, 40 guys on it. I mean, come on, it's not quantity of matches; it's the quality of the matches. And he had all these chain match, cowbell match. I mean, geez. And I knew a guy that worked, his name was Sandy Scott. He was the guy in charge bringing the money back and taking care of the, show at the building, make sure everything was going okay. And he told me, he's a good friend of mine. And he says, I saw it coming. He said, I'm seeing it coming. We bring home $90,000, we lost $30,000. Don't make no sense, Yeah.
Did he try to talk sense into Crockett and say, hey, look, you're mismanaging the way this is set up?
Well, they expanded too fast. And when you move up in this direction up here, things are much more expensive than it was in the Carolinas, or South Carolina, or Virginia. Like they say, hey, you put a ring up for $300 in North Carolina, and it costs you $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 here just to put up a ring, because it's unions and it's big expense,
So, it's funny you say that. So if you watch these wrestling documentaries, right,
yeah.
and they have Rhodes on there or Flair, they're like, if Crockett just would have stayed in the Carolinas, we'd have been fine. But you're saying they're part of the reason this all happened.
Yes. Well, and that's why Dusty wound up wrestling up here with polka dots. Because he used to knock Vince on every interview we did in NWA.
Sure.
He always put a dig. And Vince is a genius.
Right.
He put polka dots on him.
And then and there's a bodyguard named Virgil. Big bang! Don't screw at me, Dusty.
I picked up on it so fast. I said, "My God," because I didn't know Vince.
Right.
I never talked to him for long periods of time. It was just small talks. And I said, "What a genius!" Instead of the old promoters, the NWA promoters would have told him to go screw himself. Vince, no. He made money with him. And Dusty made money, but Vince made money.
But then he ruined his career so he could go nowhere else because he was the one wearing polka dots.
Go from the American dream to a polka dot man.
With sapphire.